In this video, I'm going to cover George Foreman vs Muhammad Ali, which took place on Wednesday, the 30th of October 1974. So, George Foreman came into this fight with 40 wins and 0 losses, and his last fight ended in a 2-round knockout of Ken Norton. He came in at 6'2" and had a 78-inch reach. On the other hand, Muhammad Ali, he came in with a record of 44 wins and 2 losses. His height, 6'2", with 78-inch reach, and his last fight was a unanimous decision over Joe Frazier in 12 rounds. So in this fight, George Foreman was the power puncher. He came in weighing 220 pounds, and Muhammad Ali, he was more of a lighter puncher but faster on his feet, and he came in at 216.5 pounds. So round 1, I scored to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was landing multiple right hands, although they were light. Foreman, who looked very heavy-handed, he just looked very heavy-handed. He had no respect for Ali, and he was taking right hands, even though they were light. He was eating right hands. He landed a left hand, which was heavy, and Muhammad Ali took it. But I mean, this round set the tone for the fight. George Foreman, the aggressor, Muhammad Ali on the back foot, but Muhammad Ali, he was on the ropes, but he wasn't running from Foreman. With the first round, I scored to Muhammad Ali. Round 2, I scored as a 10-10 round. Foreman was throwing some body shots. Also, I have to mention, Muhammad Ali was more flat-footed in this fight than I've seen him in other fights. And he was more accurate, but he was against the ropes for a lot of this fight. So round 2, Foreman with the body shots. Ali was on the ropes taking punishment. He was landing left and rights, but they were light punches. And Ali was throwing arm punches. So Foreman would be getting Ali against the ropes, throwing hook body shots left and right. Ali was taking them and landing light shots, but I don't think he landed enough power shots. So that was, and also the work that George Foreman was investing into the body was good work. And I think that what George Foreman was doing was he was trying to invest to the body to make Muhammad Ali fatigue. And I scored that as a 10-10 round. Round 3, I scored again as a 10-10 round. Ali was throwing arm punches. If they were more powerful, then perhaps I'd be looking at it differently. Ali was looking fast. Foreman again landing body shots, and Foreman didn't seem to care about the punches that were coming back from Muhammad Ali. And although Muhammad Ali wasn't punching with the most power, George Foreman was taking punches, and those punches may have been fatiguing him, gradually. So round 3 I gave as a draw. Round 4 I gave to Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali was landing combinations. Foreman actually started to look a bit tired. Ali was slipping punches and tying Foreman up, and that was work. So I think that Muhammad Ali took round 4. Foreman was starting to look a bit tired, and his power the shots he was throwing didn't look as heavy in round 4. So round 4 I gave to Muhammad Ali. Now round 5 I gave to Foreman because Ali looked to slow down his work. Ali was on the ropes. Foreman was landing body shots. His power seemed to be coming back. And I think maybe in round 4 he was a bit more reserved and was trying to save energy. Muhammad Ali was on the ropes with the high guard, and he was hardly throwing any punches. And I was actually looking at that fight, and I was actually looking at it thinking, if this was today, then a lot of referees might have stopped the fight. But back then, they didn't stop fights as much, which is ironic considering how this fight ended. Refs were more likely to let fights go on when fighters were hurt back then. Again, that is ironic considering how this fight ended. So Muhammad Ali was on the ropes, high guard, taking punches on the gloves, but obviously the impact was still getting through. But at the end of the round, Muhammad Ali landed, I think it was a left-right combination, and I think it might have been a right combination, and Foreman stumbled. But then Foreman picked himself, he took the punch, and he carried on landing body shots. But Muhammad Ali left it too late to draw the round, so I gave round 5 as a round to George Foreman. Round 6, Muhammad Ali was jabbing. Foreman looked tired. Foreman was throwing arm punches. They were looking scrappy, and they weren't landing. If they were, they definitely weren't landing that much. And Muhammad Ali was jabbing, and Foreman looked tired. And I gave round 6 to, just double check that. I actually gave round 6 as a draw, because Foreman was still, I think, working out. I think Foreman was still putting the work in. Muhammad Ali, I don't think he did enough to win the round, but Foreman still was looking tired. Round 7, Ali was grabbing Foreman. Foreman again looking tired. Foreman, Foreman was throwing straight. He had a left hand straight that landed. Foreman also had an upper punch that landed, and Muhammad Ali took those. Muhammad Ali, I don't think he did enough to win the round. So I'm scoring that round as a 10 round. Then it got to round 7. Then it got to round 8. And Muhammad Ali was landing light punches again. Foreman at this stage, he looked fatigued. He even fell into the ropes after missing a shot. So obviously he looked like he was finding it hard to stay up. So he fell onto the ropes because he's obviously very tired. And I think that at that stage Foreman was fatigued. But Foreman got Muhammad Ali against the ropes. Ali had the high guard up. He landed a right, and I think that's what started the stoppage. After that right hand Muhammad Ali landed, he then threw a flurry, and Foreman's defense was he didn't have a defense against it, and one punch caught him flush, and he went down. And this is where it's a bit weird, because I thought that the stoppage, I thought that Foreman got up at around 8, and he didn't look fully out of it. And I thought the stoppage was premature, considering that when the knockdown happened, there wasn't that long left in the round, and I thought perhaps if Foreman was allowed to carry on, he would have been able to recover. So I think the stoppage was premature, and I don't know whether it's because Foreman gave up. He looked at the ref in a way that the ref wanted him to. He looked at the ref in a way that the ref would stop the fight, or if something else was going on. Because back then, fights didn't get stopped. The referee was more likely to let a fight continue after a knockdown or if a fighter was hurt. So, and also there was so little time left in the round that I think that something was wrong. So that stoppage was a bit. I don't know. Something was wrong with the stoppage, and I mean, in terms of the fight itself, Muhammad Ali didn't give up. Muhammad Ali took Foreman's punches, and Foreman was fatigued, and Foreman he didn't whatever it was, he wasn't able to get to grips with Ali. And Foreman, perhaps it was the speed, perhaps it was the tactics, but Foreman didn't. I mean, it's okay to swing wildly, but Foreman did it. I think perhaps he did it at the wrong times, because a lot of the time it is okay to throw multiple shots, but there are times when it's not. And I think Foreman didn't look at I think Foreman was swinging when maybe, I don't know. I think also Foreman, he may have had stamina issues going into this fight, because he seemed to fatigue very quickly. And it was the fatigue, and also he opted, perhaps the fact that he opted to take a lot of Ali's punches to try and land his own, maybe that fatigued him as well. But nonetheless, I'm not taking any credit away from the work that Muhammad Ali did. And George Foreman, I think that the tactics of taking punches may have been something that played not in his favour, but there was something wrong with the stoppage. The fight itself was a fight of a front foot fighter against a back foot fighter, and although I think the fight should have carried on, Foreman did look to be fatiguing. I'm not saying Foreman would have lost. I'm saying that, you know, at that point Muhammad Ali was winning. But you know, I think, you know, the fight was stopped prematurely. While the fight was in action, it was a fight between a front foot fighter and a back foot fighter. And my scorecard when the fight ended, if I add it up now, I had Foreman with 10. I had Foreman with 68 points and Muhammad Ali with 69. So I had it as a close fight. I had the fight close. I had Muhammad Ali winning 69 points to 68.